America was built on the blood, sweat, and tears of the immigrants who traveled thousands of miles to call the New World home, and that includes North Dakota. In a special series we're going to be bringing you all week long, we're shining light on some of the state's hidden history. And KX News reporter Robert Sir joins us now with the story of the Germans from Russia. Hi, Robert.
Hi, Lauren. Good evening to you. Many of us have heard countless stories of those who were forced to leave their country in the hopes of a new life in America. From the Ireland potato famine to Europeans seeking to escape political regimes. But for the Germans who eventually called North Dakota home, their journey to the New World included a pit stop in the Soviet Union.
There's a whole lot of history behind us. That's what made us what we are. Between our hard-working ethics, our faith, that's Germans from Russia.
Yes, you heard that correctly. Germans from Russia. Their story begins hundreds of years ago in 17th century Germany. Deutschland was in turmoil. Curtis Mertz heads the Germans from Russia Heritage Society and tells me if it wasn't religious persecution or war, the German people were either starving or incredibly poor.
Catherine the Great's son put him under a lot of persecution and such. And that's, I think, one of the biggest reasons was that they were being persecuted in many different ways.
But then a lifeline was thrown to the Germans from the wife of Russian Tsar Peter III. You may remember her as Catherine the Great. In a manifesto, she invited the Germans to settle in vast, empty portions of Russia. The Germans were made many promises, including freedom of religion and exemption of military service. Many ended up calling the Black Sea region home.
They had such a strong belief in the family that they were going to do what was best for the family.
But the honeymoon would last less than 200 years, and once the government began the Russification program made to turn Germans into Russians in the early 1880s, many of the old promises ended and severe persecutions began. Soon after, the Germans got word of the U.S. Homestead Act, which provided 162 acres of land if certain conditions were met. So, once again, the Germans packed up everything they had and made the long, dangerous trek across the sea to America.
And I know our current generations would never even think of doing that, because when our families moved over here, they didn't speak English. They spoke only German. It was a huge leap of faith to do something like that.
A lot of them, you know, if they did come over and they came like with, or were able to obtain like a covered wagon, they would sleep in the, turn the box over and sleep in there. They would, you know, basically building the sod houses.
Many of those Black Sea Germans would find solace in the Dakotas, which reminded them of their Russian homeland. Many once again started out with nothing, so they built homes out of clay and mud, and many failed to survive those harsh early North Dakota winters.
I think that was the biggest challenge, is because of the harsh winters, getting someplace to live.
But once again they persevered. Rachel Schmidt's ancestors came from the Glitchtal region, and she tells me the Germans from Russia footprint has been left all across the North Dakota landscape, even to this day.
One of them is Strasburg. Strasburg is a village in Russia. It's also a town here in Emmons County. Leipzig was a village in the Bessarabian region. We have New Leipzig here. That's where these families came from.
The Germans from Russia who still call North Dakota home say they survived through all the tough times for several reasons: their faith, their strong sense of community, and their common belief that hard work makes life sweet. Now, the world headquarters for the Germans for Russia Society is actually right here in the Bismarck area. It has around 2,000 members across the globe, but Mertz tells me he fears that the history of the Germans from Russia will slowly be lost to time.
And how so?
Well, one prime example is their heritage is no longer taught in schools. They told me that there used to be a class that was taught at NDSU, but that professor has since retired, so they don't offer it anymore.
So very interesting. So what's next for the organization?
Well, when it first started out 49 years ago, they thought it'll never survive. But thankfully, next year they are preparing for their 50th anniversary celebration.
Oh, wonderful story. So many of us from Germans from Russia. So thank you so much.